What's up, savages? This is Coach Chip, and you watching Toe to Toe TV. Sometimes in a sport, especially as competitive as boxing, when you are sparring or fighting and you're fighting opposition, sparring opposition, whatever the case may be, and you look at yourself and you look at them and you say to yourself, especially if they got the better of you that day or they did something that they're hanging on to as a moral victory, and you look at them and you're like, oh, you think you did something, huh? That's how Usyk was against the boy, the boy tonight. He made more adjustments on top of the adjustments that he made the first fight. Cause that type of style, the type of fighter, the boy is stiff. He's just a stiff fighter, and you can those type of guys when in sparring days, you can put the boys in a fight in a ring with Usyk 7 days a week. He can't beat him. He just cannot beat him. Usyk is too slick. He too smart. His right foot is constantly on the outside of the boy's left foot, which gives him angles and sets him up to get caught with straight left hands all night long. So when you fight somebody in a highly competitive fight, what they fought in, well, I wouldn't say competitive, but a pace, that type of a pace of a fight, and you're leading the pace and you walking down a big man. When you fight them again or you spar them again the next sparring day or whatever the case may be, those type of sparring sessions or fights are only going to get worse. What you saw tonight, and I said in the first video that the the tear that everybody's talking about that the boy went on. Oh, he beat Anthony Joshua. He beat uh 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 um I forgot the other people. But anyways, they was talking about the tear that he went on. Not and just forgetting the tear that Usyk went on. He beat Anthony Joshua, he beat Tyson Fury, and he beat the boy. He beat Britain's best fighters. He just outboxed them, outclassed them. And the telltale sign was with Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury is the most nimble out of all of those guys. Even though he's big, he's bigger, and Usyk was able to capitalize on Tyson Fury and just knock him around the ring. So that right there, and I just believe that the boy know he can't be. He know he can't beat Usyk. He knew he can't beat. He's a proud champion though, young man, real a lot of machismo stuff like that. But you know, he deep down inside, he know he can't beat. He know he can't beat Usyk because he don't have the skill set, the speed. He don't even have the athletic ability to keep up with Usyk. Usyk is fainting him out of his boots. Right when he started making him go backwards tonight, I knew the fight was over. He was coming over with that right hook and catching them with jabs and straight left hand. It was over. Unless, like I said, every fighter's got a puncher's chance, especially him, because he can crack. But when he started catching him regularly like that, I knew it was over. It was over. They might as well just rung the bell, and he might as well check out. And he got a lot of quit in him. He was laying down on the canvas looking at. He was like, "Yeah, I know it's over." Whoever he was communicating with in his corner probably was telling him to stay down or whatever the case may be. And he was in agreement. He just kept shaking his head. He was coherent enough to get up. He has no dog in him at all. He does not bite down on his mouthpiece. He's the type of guy, as long as he's hitting you and he's in offensive control and he's the big bad guy that's making you go backwards and stuff like that, then everything is all good. He can fight 15 rounds. But if you hit him in the mouth, he a bully. If you hit him in the mouth and you show him you're not scared, and his power has absolutely nothing to do in that fight, he's mentally checked out. He is mentally checked out. If you can take his power, He's mentally checked out. If he can't get the best, you have to be able to bite down on your mouthpiece. You might have to take a few, and all of those things come into the gym. But you being in the gym, and those are boxing situations. You're not going to be the strongest person in the ring all the time. Ask George Foreman. You're just not. R.I.P. to George. You're just not going to be the strongest person. Ernie Shavers. You're not going to be. I mean, people that can crack. You're not going to be the strongest person. And if you are the strongest person in the gym and in the ring, that doesn't guarantee that you're going to always win a fight. You have to be able to box. You have to be able to deal with boxing situations where this guy's Usyk is pressing you. You looked at the film, I'm sure. He is pressing people and he's making them go backwards, and he's trying to itch his way, and he's jockeying for position. If you let Usyk jockey for position, he get in the right position where he wants to get in, which would be his right foot on the outside of your left foot. If you're an orthodox fighter, he's going to fire off and he's going to look for counters. You cannot let him jockey for position and put himself in the on the outside of your foot and tee off. You cannot. You can't be in that. And Dubois, he was, I'm going to cause chaos in the ring, this, that, and the third. There is no scientific approach to what he's bringing to the ring. That's why I knew he couldn't beat him. And I seen people was betting on Daniel because of the people that he fought. That, like I said before in the other video, that participated with him lining them up and cracking them with big shots. Usyk is not going to let you line him up and hit him with no big shots like that. What he's trying to do is so obvious that it wasn't going to work. He doesn't. He's not scientific with his jab. He doesn't have any pull counters. He can't stop Usyk's start with his offensive attacks. He has no angles. He doesn't understand range and distance. So he cannot beat Usyk. If he fought Usyk again tomorrow, the next day, the next year, 2 years from now, it'll be the same thing. I don't care how old Usyk is. Usyk is just smarter than Daniel Dubois. Now, is it still some space for Daniel Dubois to learn? Yeah, he need another coach. He need another coach. He needs another game plan. He's a one-trick pony. It's just that simple. He a one-trick pony. He's always been the strongest person in the ring, probably in his gym. And I heard somebody say, "Oh, he doesn't work with you. He's just trying to take you out of there." That type of person can't learn. You can't learn that way. If you always taking people out in the gym, you coming in, you ain't talking to nobody, you just trying to take them out in the gym, that stuff shows up in a fight because you're not taking Usyk out in no round. You know what I mean? So, I looked at that. I'm looking at his footwork. I'm looking at how Usyk is just creeping up, creeping up, creeping up. In the first fight and the second fight, if you watch it, how he's just creeping up and just putting his right foot on the outside of Daniel Dubois' front foot. Easy work. Easy work. And Daniel Dubois doesn't have any head movement. It's just that simple. But anyways, that's my take. I knew Usyk was going to win that fight. He knocked him out, I think, in the first fight. He knocked him out in the 9th round. Easy work. Knocked him out in the 5th round, this fight. And Daniel Dubois just quit. He just got, when those fighters come to boxing is a hard hustle. You know what I mean? You got to have a dog in you to compete on that level, especially with the Usyk. If you have quit in you, he's definitely that type of fighter that's going to bring that out. He's going to test your heart because he's going to tee off on some shots that you can't see, and you have to be able to deal with that in the gym before you even get in the fight. Anyways, that's my take on the fight. It's Coach Chip, and I'm out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.